Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Blood Spattered Trio live stream featuring myself, Sean Erschen, Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies, and Hellhound from the Horror Metal channel. So I usually like to go on a little early just to make sure we got everything running right. Oh, look, I got a couple people in the chat already. I got Makeup Stem Productions. What's up? And The Last Shoegazer, Nick The Last Shoegazer. What's going on, man? I watched a little of your stream there the other day with the, you had the interview with the guy from Camp Death 2. I'm sorry, it was Camp Death 3 and 2D. Tough to get that title right. I just want to make sure I'm actually on live. All right, okay, I see my face going. All right, guys. If you're just tuning in, this is the Blood Spattered Trio live stream featuring myself, Sean Erschen, Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies, and Hellhound from the Horror Metal channel. I'm going to have a great show for you guys this week. So I'm going to send up, and then we'll get started, all right? All right, got Bronco Juggalo here, okay? We are live on YouTube, guys. This is the Blood Spattered Trio live stream. And again, guys, I wanted to apologize. I wasn't able to do this last month because I had some personal issues going on in my life, and it was a really rough time for me. But I'm glad I can be here now and finally bring you another episode of the Blood Spattered Trio. All right, so I sent the invite out to Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies and Hellhound as well. I'll send it to their Facebook Messenger too. All right, let me get that out of here. All right, so I'll copy and paste the screen and send it to their Facebook Messenger just to make sure that they do get the invite. I see we got Creepo Freak in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? We might get a couple newbies in the chat too. I got a couple of new subscribers that have been asking about the show. Maybe they might join us tonight. Who knows? All right, Mr. Bronco, I just posted this to your Facebook.
Can you not see me, Sean?
Oh, what's up? I can't see you yet. I heard you, though. All right, now I can see you. What's up, man?
You got me?
Bron House, what's up?
Nada, can you see me?
Oh, you made it on time. Yeah, I can see you.
Cool. What's going on?
I thought you were going to be a little late. Did you say you're going to be a little late?
Nope. I got off at 1 o'clock today.
Oh, nice.
I knew we were doing this, so I had to take some early time off, so I took today.
Excellent.
What's going on, Jason? What's going on, Nick?
You got makeup stuff.
Everybody in the chat.
What's up, Horrific Nightmares JM? I'm going to make sure Hellhound gets it. I don't know if he uses Messenger or the thing. This is why I go on a little early. Get the other bullshit format. How was your day, Mr. Bronco?
No, not too bad.
Good. How come you got off so early?
I worked Saturday, so they're trying to cut back on overtime. So I had to pick either today or tomorrow, so I chose today.
I work every other this Saturday, but lately it's today.
What's going on, guys?
All right, you made it.
Yep. Wouldn't miss
All
it.
right, from HorrorMetal in the house. What's up?
What's up, bro?
What's going on?
You know what's good about this show is I don't have to send 5-7 different invites.
Yeah, no doubt.
I get 2 and I'm done. That's it.
Yeah. Much easier, huh?
Yeah. So we're still a few minutes early.
Yeah.
We got Horrific Nightmares JM in the chat. We got Makeup Stun Productions and Nick the Last Shoegazer.
What's going on, everybody? I'm not going to keep up with the chat.
Oh, nice. Nice Pink Floyd shirt
there. Thanks.
Speaking of Pink Floyd, might be talking about that later.
Oh, good.
You might be talking about being unemployed. Is that what you said?
It's a hint, hint, hint.
Foreshadowing.
Well, I cheated.
Yeah.
I cheated.
You cheated. Why?
Cheated?
Yep. Our top 5. I got 5, and then I have 4 honorable mentions.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
It is really hard to narrow it down to 5. I will say that. Especially because there's so many guitar duos. Like, there's so many bands that have 2 guitarists, and, like, I have to, I want to include them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Like, your Judas Priest and your Slayer and your...
Yeah, Slayer.
Maidens. Maidens got 3.
And I don't want, I don't want the whole list to be taken up by, the same bands, so.
The top 5 be all Iron Maiden guitarists.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, pretty much.
Hey, Mr. Hellhound. From work.
Say what?
Can you hear me? From work. Oh, we got Jen's reviews from the grave. Our horror hangout alumni.
Sean, I just lost you.
Can you guys hear me all right? Or?
No, not really. And there's like a static in your thing.
Oh, can you hear me now all right?
Somewhat.
Brad?
Yeah, you're a little broken up, but I got you.
All right. So I was just saying we got Jen's reviews from the grave in the chat.
Damn thing.
What up, Jen? I just finished your Bonehill Road review, Jen. I liked it.
I did see her review of Lizzie, the new Lizzie Borden movie there.
I did. You mean the Lizzie Boredom movie?
Yes.
I think she stressed like 50 times how boring it was.
Good one.
Yeah.
Sean, you really got something staticky. Blow in your mic, bro.
I haven't.
Did you guys see that movie?
I haven't yet.
Mm. Not quite as boring as Jen, but because maybe that's because I'm interested in that story. You know, I've always found it kind of compelling.
Right.
It's got that aura of mystery.
Yeah, true that.
And this movie is kind of a possibility of what could have happened. You know, it was interesting, and it was very well acted, like Jen said.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, we've got a couple minutes left till 7. Anything you guys wanted to talk about off the bat?
Finally got a Michael Myers figure.
A figure?
Yep.
That's cool, bro.
Let's see it. Can we see it?
Yep. Can you see it?
Well, there's like 500 of them.
I've got a really ghetto setup here, so I'm trying not to make it closer.
We're getting a tour of Hellhound's room here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I love it.
Yep. It's from the newest movie. I'd rather have one from the original or something. But
wow, that's
this will do. Yeah. Pretty cool.
I like that Chucky.
Yeah.
Got some great figures.
Thank you.
Got quite a collection of superheroes.
You know, bro, I actually put most of my figures in boxes and put them all in the garage. Just because I have no room for them.
You can send it to me. That'd be fine. I got plenty of room for it.
I'm thinking about actually going down to the next Comic-Con and putting up a table.
Yeah, might as well.
I don't have any room for that stuff.
I never thought I'd get into like collecting figures and stuff, but one day I just said, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
You know, I just got a few. I said, "I'll just get a few," but then you just, being a collector, you can't do that. You get it all.
It looks like you got every member of the X-Men, pretty much.
Well, I've got all the founding members except for Marvel Girl, Jean Grey, Phoenix, and Wolverine.
Yeah.
I'd like to get Colossus and Nightcrawler and Rogue and Storm, and I have Magneto as well.
Nice.
You remember when the 90s cartoon was real popular? I had all those figures from the cartoon.
Love that cartoon. I still watch it. I got it all on DVD.
I gave all the figures I had when I moved to Denver, everything I had. Old G.I. Joes, old Star Wars, everything I had. I gave to my little brothers and they destroyed it.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I used to have like all the He-Man and Ninja Turtles and Transformers and all that, but
Yeah, I wish I kept those.
Me too.
And you talk about the Transformers, how well
those were the
what a difference how well they were made back then.
Hey Tim, how's it going, brother? It's funny you should mention Bird Box because we will be speaking about it here in a little bit.
Well, it's 7 o'clock now. Shall we go ahead and begin?
Yeah, let's begin, shall we? Everyone, it's 7 o'clock, so everyone welcome Blood Spattered Trio. Featuring Bronco Juggalo Talks Movies and Hellhound from the Horror Metal channel. The Blood Spattered Trio.
Blood.
Yes. Nice.
I wish I'm gonna have to get with I'm gonna have to get with a buddy of mine, Brooklyn Menace. He knows how to make like all that effect shit while you're live. That way we could like have blood drawn while we're like doing it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, and speaking of which, guys, a friend of mine who owned, she actually just sold the gym here. It was a friend of mine that owned the gym. She is starting up a t-shirt business with her son.
Ooh.
And so I'm going to be getting some shirts made.
I used to design logos all the time for bands and stuff. Maybe I could like start working on a logo and then think of making a shirt.
Well, you remember we were talking about with the
blood dripping and
the
stuff.
thing, the knight from
Nice.
You remember what we were talking about with that knight guy from Monty Python?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd really like to get one of those.
that'd be tight.
That's
What's going
awesome
on,
that
Tim?
you do logos.
Yeah, it'd be great to get some shirts made.
So you did logos for like metal bands and stuff?
Mm-hmm. And for a lot of the bands I was
Nice.
in, I designed most of the logos for all the bands I was in.
I'm trying to get my Bronco Juggalo logo going so I can get it tattooed on me. I know what I want. I'm not a very good. Well, I'm a decent artist, but not that good.
Yeah.
And I want my Bronco Juggalo tattoo right here, but I need somebody that can really draw it up for me.
I don't even have like a Hellhound Midnight Spook Show logo. I have one for my channel, the horror and metal thing, which I just threw together using like some banner maker or something. It was just like a half-assed thing, but it works.
Yeah. Well, I've actually gone by Bronco Juggalo since before I had my channel.
Well, yeah, I've been going by Hellhound for years, since I was like 15 when I had a band back in junior high. We all had stage names, and mine was Hellhound, and I just, people kept calling me that well into like high school and stuff. Because we actually ditched the stage names like shortly after, but people still called me that. So when I started this channel, I didn't have a name at first, and then I just said, "Oh, I'll just go by Hellhound." That was the name I previously used. It's the only alias I ever really went by, other than my actual name. So why not?
My computer here, I've got the computer up so I can watch the chat. Was quite a bit behind on the stream, and I just fast forwarded it. But Hellhound, I see some Pringles and some fruit roll-ups over in the corner. What's up, bro?
You
Break
see
some
that
bread.
far? You can see that far that way?
You know what else?
Can you see the Pringles
Break
right
a bread
now?
with fruit roll-up.
You can see them right now? Really?
No, when you moved your camera around.
Oh, I was about to say it. Man, that would capture like my whole entire room then. I was like, man, that's a pretty wide...
No, I told you it was on a delay.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I can't see it in my current like feed. I'm like, that's all the way over there.
You got the chat up?
I should probably pull it up on my phone. I'll have to download the YouTube app on my phone real quick. I always get it on my phone for these very occasions. I delete it like right after, just so I can keep with the chat. We go ahead and do that.
I love in your background there. The Texas Chainsaw 2 poster.
Oh yeah, I got the poster for part 1 over there.
Isn't that the best at Breakfast Club?
What's that?
Isn't that the best at Breakfast Club pose?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nubbins doing the freaking Playboy pose.
Yeah. That's great.
Okay, my chat just went down.
We got Horror DVD Devil in the house.
What's going on, man? Is Dave Maggot?
All right, shall we get to our first topic of the evening?
Yeah, let's get right into it. First order of business.
And it is New Year's Evil.
Yeah. I love that theme song. I love that opening theme. It's so awesome.
Isn't it?
Yeah. So cool. One of the best songs I've heard like in a horror movie.
Yeah. And there's a lot of music in that movie.
Yeah, there is.
Punk rock and
good stuff.
There's like 5 songs in there with punk rock and
yeah.
I love that mask he has towards the end.
Yeah.
It's like
I should have watched that on New Year's
party or something. Yeah.
I should have watched that on New Year's. I have the Blu-ray.
I just watched it on YouTube. The whole thing's on YouTube.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, I've got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah. I do want to get the Blu-ray though.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a lot of nasty kills in that one.
Oh, definitely. Grant Kramer is in it. The guy from Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, that's right.
He was in one of those stupid Bikini Babe beach comedies too. Hard Bodies, maybe, or I don't know, one of those things he was in. Can't remember which one. They all run together for me. Yeah, I think it's a great slasher flick. I like that we see the killer's face like right away. So we know what he looks like, but we don't know who he is. The twist is like who he is and how he his connection to the lead character, the chick that he calls, and he says, "My name is just evil," you know, and he says he's gonna kill somebody every.
That on the phone.
Yeah, obscene color. We don't know who he is. Yeah. Yeah, so I like the killer, and his motivation was kind of weak. I won't give it away, but his reason for killing was kind of, I don't know, that was kind of stupid, but pretty fun movie nonetheless. I think he's kind of underrated.
I kept wondering though the whole time why he's fixated on that.
Yeah.
Very good, baby.
Yeah, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pretty clever.
Because he says you're going to be the last.
Yeah, it revealed who he was. I was like, oh wow.
Math problems on it.
Pretty clever.
Yeah. I knew that'd be something with that kid though. You know?
What does the note say?
She had a fair day.
Yeah, true.
She had a few whiny episodes, but
Can you guys hear me okay? My audio isn't like muffled or something, is it?
I can hear you.
It's gonna really get it.
You're not super loud, but I can hear you.
What's that?
That you. Who's like talking in the background?
Okay, baby. I'll look at it later. Okay.
Right kind of rigged it up with like pillows and shoe boxes.
Sorry.
Hey, that's one of my favorite holiday themed slashers outside of Halloween and Black Christmas.
Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Blood Rage.
Yeah.
Are you using that pen?
Oh, I know.
Do you consider Blood Rage a Thanksgiving meal?
Kinda. I mean,
what'd you say, Sean?
What do you
I didn't
think,
hear
Brad?
you.
Have you seen? What do you think, Brad? Have you seen New Year's Evil?
I have not seen New Year's Evil in probably 25 years.
Wow.
So, or 20 years. So, yeah, it's been, I think the last time I saw it was like 1994.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I didn't actually, I looked for it, but I couldn't find it to check it out before the stream.
I saw it on YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
The whole movie.
Like without it being messed up or cut apart?
Or really zoomed in or backwards or something.
No, it's actually a normal screen and everything. It's not like weird voices or anything.
It's not recorded.
No, sometimes you get a weird.
Have you ever been watching a movie on YouTube and you think, oh, this looks really good, but something feels weird, and then you realize that everything is flipped around.
Everything's backwards. Everything's inverted.
Yeah, it's like the opposite side.
Some of them look terrible.
I'm like, how did they do that?
Unwatchable. It's like, man, I don't want to see this rare obscure movie that bad. It looks like it was recorded with a potato.
I always think it's funny when like the voice is weird, like it's set up or something.
Yeah. Or slowed down.
Don't be talking bad about Troll 2, Tim. I love that movie.
Oh my god.
Go to the chat now. I'm about to get in on the chat now. Let's see.
Yeah, so you can get a lot. You can get a lot of those obscure slashers on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know?
Just
Like,
a lot of them have really
like
crappy
I watched
quality, like you
Blood.
said.
Yeah. Like I watched Just Before Dawn, the whole thing.
That's a good one.
Like Sleepaway Camp, it looks pretty good too.
Mhm.
I
I think
couldn't
Aunt
get
Martha is one of the
Sleepaway Camp.
creepiest non-villain characters in a horror movie ever.
I love it though.
Yeah.
Don't forget to get on the bus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought
That
Jed
one
was really
too.
creepy.
Yeah.
Which guy is that?
Pet Cemetery?
Oh yes, right. Well, you mean the head guy, the guy that like.
Zelda, man. Zelda.
Did you ever watch the South Park version of Pet Cemetery?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Judd Crandall's in South Park. I don't want to go down that route.
Where that
I've
dude
heard
keeps
the
coming
bones
out.
of little
Don't,
children.
yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
That guy
Don't
keeps
go
coming out.
there.
He's like, don't go up that way. That
Yeah.
way the devil. Don't, yeah.
There's a
And
cuss
it's
on
like,
that
if he
path.
wouldn't have said it, and that's something else I thought about with Pet Cemetery.
Hilarious.
If he never would have brought it up or showed them that, they never would have thought of it.
Yeah, probably. Troll 6. There's a Troll 6. I know there's a Troll 1 and 2,
What?
and then there's 2 different movies that are Troll 3. I don't know about
I didn't
know
know.
about Troll 6.
I didn't know there was a Troll 3.
That's what. Well, there's 2 different movies. I don't even remember what they're called. They're really bad, but they're both known as Troll 3.
Yeah.
I think I have that right. I don't know. It's one of those confusing things, like all the various.
Did they have anything to do with it?
No.
No.
You know,
They just
Jen, I've been
slapped a
meaning.
meme on it.
Pretty much. Well, no, did he have?
I've been meaning to watch Sleepaway Camp for the last 2 weeks.
It's a good one.
You
I've
have
seen it before.
what, you've
I've
never
been meaning
seen
to
it?
watch it lately.
One of the most shocking endings I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so what's the next order of business? Are we done with New Year's Evil?
Yeah, so we'll talk about Bird Box. Did you watch that yet, Hellhound?
I did.
What do you think of it?
It's not bad. It's an interesting concept. I kind of wish they'd showed what everybody was supposedly seeing. Sandra Bullock was good as always.
Yeah.
She's always good. There was much horror in it aside from like some of the opening scenes and stuff. But yeah, I really didn't care about the lead character, Sandra Bullock, and the kids. I wanted to see them make it okay, and it was an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I think that I've seen movies that have done something similar, that have done it better, but I thought it was pretty good.
Well, did you guys watch Dave's rant on the movie?
Who's rant?
He compared it a lot to Happening, which I've never seen because I don't like M. Night Shyamalan. And also he compared it to, A Quiet Place. And that is something I've noticed is a bit of a trend going on now. We are kind of getting into this sensory horror thing. And it kind of started with a little bit with Don't Breathe. I mean, Don't Breathe wasn't 100% a sensory horror, but it's, kind of one.
Yeah, the guy was playing, I guess. But...
And then, I really loved Bird Box. I thought it was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It wasn't scary, but I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I love the beginning part where everybody's going nuts and like the one lady steps into the burning car.
Yeah, that was the best part.
I thought that was really cool. I love how all the crazy, insane people can look at it without dying. They like get enlightened or whatever. And I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
The one big problem I have with the movie, and everybody tells me, "Oh, well, you're nitpicking." No, I'm not. I'm not nitpicking. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot raft down a fucking river with blindfolds on.
Yeah.
Okay, especially in whitewater. You know, I'm from Colorado, where I've gone whitewater rafting I don't know how many fucking times, and I'll tell you this: you cannot do it blindfolded. You know, and even if you were on like the calmest river in the world, say you were just on a calm river, and you're in a raft, eventually you're just going to run into the shore. You know, you're just going to bump into something. That was my only problem with the movie. Is that was really unbelievable.
I also had a problem with the part when they do, you know, when they all get in the car and they just run it off the GPS and they have the whole thing covered. You know, it's like, come on. After what just happened, there was cars smashing into each other everywhere. You think GPS is gonna save you?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, try doing that now. Even
I couldn't wait. Yeah. I couldn't wait to find out why it was called Bird Box, and then when I finally realized it, I was like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, I was wondering that too, and then I was like, "Oh, okay, she put the birds in a box. All right.
Oh, there you go. It's a bird box.
You know, okay.
Really.
I love John Malkovich, but John Malkovich, but I feel like his character was, I don't know. His character was very unlikable, but however, I kind of sided
with
most
of his characters.
In a lot of ways, but yeah, true.
That's true.
Dave said that if I'm being nitpicky, then he's the Bird Box devil.
Bird Box devil. Filming a video.
Daddy.
I'm filming a video.
What's Dave Maggot? I didn't realize he's in the chat. Welcome, Dave Maggot. Well, I have to say, though, another note about Bird Box. I thought the cinematography was fantastic.
I'm very glad it's doing well, though, because hopefully that will open up a lot more Netflix horror films. You know,
I'm always glad when a horror movie does well. That's always a good thing, I think.
And the fact that they just built their studio here in Albuquerque, that's really awesome for us.
Cool.
I mean, I liked how it felt so big, though. Like, I've never seen a Netflix movie that felt that much of a big scale, you know?
Yeah, very grand. It had a pretty big, decent budget from the looks of it.
Yeah, it had a really big scope on it.
Most definitely.
I mean, it could have easily been in the movies.
Jason says that he liked it. He just felt it was overhyped. I can agree with that.
It was a little bit. I didn't think it was as good as everybody's making out to be.
Well, I felt the same way like about Hereditary, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Hereditary was good.
My work said it was she said it was the best 2 hours of her life. I was like, man. I've never felt that way about any movie. I mean,
right.
I wouldn't even say that about Evil Dead 2 or the original Hellhound. One's the best 2 hours of my life.
They both made my top 10 list for this year, but honestly, I feel if I would have watched more horror movies that came out this year, there would have been a lot of wouldn't have been.
Yeah, true.
You know?
I think Hereditary overall as a movie wasn't quite as hype, but what is the performances, I think. The acting in it.
Yeah, true.
No.
Like Emily Collette, come on, unbelievable.
And I don't care if it's popular now to bash Halloween. I still say Halloween was the best horror movie of the year.
I agree, by far.
Even though it seems to be very popular on YouTube right now to bash it.
People love to bash stuff that's popular, stuff that's well received. It makes them look cool and edgy. All the edgelords.
Yeah. It's not a real horror movie for me. Because it was directed by a comedy director.
They just wanted to dislike it, but whatever. It's their loss. Who cares? You know. Oh well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to get the Blu-ray.
Me too. Later this month, isn't it? Like
when's that? Yeah. I can't
So what
wait
did
to
you
see
think of Bird Box, Sean?
I really enjoyed it, you know. I love the cinematography on it. Like those big wide views of the lake and the sky are great. I thought Sandra Bullock was really good. And I like you said, the beginning with all the chaos going on. That was pretty intense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Dave Maggot says, even if people didn't like it, it is still just a basic Halloween story. So how can people hate it as much as they pretend to? That's a good point, David. Yeah, I mean, if you love Halloween, you know, it follows it's pretty pretty faithful to the series. So shall we get to the next topic? We were gonna talk about some of the Netflix TV shows. So we got Stranger Things season 3 coming out. What do you guys think about that?
I can't wait for season 3. I really love that show. I love the 80s setting. Now, honestly, the thing about Stranger Things is the premise itself with the upside down and the otherworldly creatures and stuff. It's a great premise. I think it's awesome. The premise alone isn't what gets me. I love the setting. I love the time period. I love the characters. I wouldn't be totally against if they would introduce some other storylines. If it wasn't just the upside down again and battling those creatures and stuff, the Demogorgons or whatever. And if they had some other things going on. I love those characters. I love the kids. They're all great actors. They're all amazing. Everybody's great. Winona Ryder's good. It was cool seeing Sean Astin in the last season. I love it. It's like a love letter to all the movies I grew up watching and loving, and Goonies and E.T. and all that. With some awesome sci-fi and horror elements. But yeah, the premise alone, again, it's great, but it's not really the reason I watch it. I watch it for the characters and the setting and all the 80s stuff, you know, my favorite decade, and they did a great job. Yeah, the nostalgia is real. I love it. I can't wait for season 3.
Yeah. Said the characters are very well written. And throwbacks to the 80s stuff, you know. It's very well done. I mean, you can't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Brad? Did you watch them?
Yes, definitely. I like Stranger Things quite a bit. The first season, I really liked the first 2 episodes, and episodes 3 and 4, I was kind of like, okay, this show ain't that great. But then episode 5 hit, and I was just like, oh crap, I like this, you know, and I've liked it since. I really do agree with Hellhound, though. I think that they need to do something aside from. Well, I mean, it can come from the underneath, but we need a new threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need something different to spice it up a little bit. And I wonder if the show is going to suffer because of. I just forgot his name. Dude working on the new Hellboy movie.
David Harbour.
Yeah, and then I also love that.
He's really good. He's my favorite character, actually.
Yeah, I really like that. I really like that they had Rudy in there.
Yeah.
Sean Astin.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoy seasons 1 and 2, and I hope that they really bring it big again because I really enjoyed that. I want to see more of the storyline with. I want to see more of what happens with 11 and between her and her sisters.
Yeah, like the mutants.
That was something I don't want to give a lot away because, like Jason was just saying, he hasn't seen it yet.
Oh.
So let's all take 2 seconds and make fun of Jason for not seeing it. No, but I don't want to give a lot away. But you know how in the first episode of season 2, they introduced a storyline with those other characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we didn't see him again until episode 9 or 10.
Yeah, it was kind of pushed towards.
And I was like, okay, so what happened? What's going on? the whole time I was sitting there thinking, like, okay, where's these characters that they introduced?
Yeah, they need to expand upon that in season 3, like the whole gifted kids. It kind of reminded me of something like from X-Men or something. 11 and
Yeah.
then Wolfhard and Millie Bobby Brown are both great as the kids. Millie Bobby Brown's going to be in the new Godzilla movie. I definitely expect great things from her.
Yeah, I
She's
saw that.
one of the better up and comers. And Finn Wolfhard too. He was of course in the recent It movie. So
I liked some of the the drama with her and the sheriff, like how he became like her. It was a cool dynamic.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that part too, and how like the government knows about everything, and now they're like, now that they discovered all the government's crap, they're gonna help them as long as they keep the secret.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna kind of turn it like what was that show that Edge the wrestler was in? What was that show called? On the Sci-Fi Channel,
I don't think
where he was like a
that.
cop or whatever. He was a cop or something in this little town where weird shit just happened. They would have a demonic invasion, and then they would have witches, and they would have aliens. They would have, and I wonder if they're gonna do something like that, where all this each season we just have some new, different supernatural threat that 11 has to fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it seemed like they're going back to the same thing.
Say that one more time, Sean.
It seemed like how it ended, though, that they're sticking with that monster there.
Yeah, big huge monster.
Yeah.
It was called Haven. That's what it was called.
Yeah,
Dave
Haven.
told me.
Yeah, I was about to say, were you talking about Haven?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called.
It was on Sci-Fi Channel.
It's
The
a
Edges.
control of the boy, that one boy.
It's also in Vikings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to say about Stranger Things, and not just Stranger Things, but a lot of horror series that we're getting now, it has kind of reintroduced horror somewhat to the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm enjoying a lot of the series. I don't understand why they canceled Ash versus Evil Dead after only 3 seasons when it was Starz' highest rated show too.
Well, I can't ended too.
I don't know.
I want to see more of that.
I wanted to see more of that. I think everybody did. And then like I can't wait for the new Child's Play television series that they're doing. I hope it's on Netflix so it can be as bloody and gory and dirty as possible.
Oh yeah.
But
that'd be great.
I'm very happy with a lot of this stuff. Like I haven't watched the Purge ones yet, but I have them all DVR'd. I hear that they're better than the movies, from what I hear.
Stranger Things, is all over pop culture. You see it all over the stores, the T-shirts, the toys, and the movies everywhere. Oh, we got the Trash Picture Show in the house. What's up?
Yo.
What's up, buddy?
He's asking, wait, it's a Child's Play TV show? Yeah.
Yes, there is going to be a Child's Play TV show. It continues where Cult of Chucky left off. It is done by Brad Dourif and Don Mancini.
True continuity.
And it's, if I remember right, it's going to be 8 episodes, 1-hour episodes, and then after that, they're going to do 2 more films.
Awesome. Good.
So I'm kind of hoping, and I think we talked about this once before, but I kind of hope like that. You remember how in Cult of Chucky he was able to put his soul into different dolls?
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping like each 1-hour episode will follow like a different doll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that like something happens where the doll dies at the end. But then I also want one to follow Fiona Dourif's character, who has Chucky inside of her as well, because I don't like the fact. That's the one thing I didn't like about Cult of Chucky was that he went inside of Nika. I didn't like that at all.
I'm sure that'll be undone in one of the episodes or something. I'm sure he's not going to stay in her body. Oh, it's cool how she got up and walked and got revenge on that one douchebag, though.
I always thought it was a little out of character the way the Chucky character developed over the years. He was always kind of Chucky was very much a guy, you know what I mean? So just seeing him in a woman's body and it just seems a little weird.
Hey, yeah. Kind of funny though. She looks like him when he was a human, obviously, since she's his real life daughter. So, maybe that had something to do with it. It was like, this chick kind of looks like me. So.
Oh, is that right? Is that right? That's
later, MP.
We have Fiona Dorff is Brad Dourif's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
guys,
so
trash picture.
What did you say, Sean?
But the rumor he is a robot doll that malfunctioned and gone haywire.
That's the movie that's coming out from
MGM. That we're pretending doesn't exist.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the original series, and they're doing basically they're just doing a killer doll movie, but they're calling it Child's Play so they can cash in on the fucking money.
Crap.
So it's completely separate from the.
If they weren't calling it Child's Play, there's another killer doll movie. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm all for it. But since they're calling it Child's Play, that's their big mistake. They think they're gonna, make more money that way, and they probably will, but they're gonna lose a lot of fans. So whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Hard DVD Devil says, "I want another Blob remake."
Yeah, I've been wanting to see another Blob movie for years. I'd love to see them do the Blob again. Just not CGI.
I don't know if I want a remake.
If they're going to do the CGI Blob, then then I'm not interested. But, or maybe for some shots could be...
Like we said, if they do CGI right, man, it can be good. I mean, look at all the good shit out there that's CGI.
I agree, but the Blob
you look at like the Lord,
The Blob looked great in the original 1958 movie and the 88 remake, so it can be done without CGI. The fact that I've seen it done without CGI, like I don't want to, because of that, I don't want to see CGI. Now, they can use CGI in some shots for certain things, but use practical effects. It looks so much better to me. Again, there's some things that you can't use practical effects for. I agree. I'm not one of those people who just dislikes everything that's CGI just for the sake of it, but at the same time, I know the Blob can be done without it.
I love practical effects, but if it can be done well with CGI, do it, because I like that too. There's some great looking CGI stuff out there. I mean, you got to look no farther than the Lord of the Rings movies for that.
True.
Yeah, of course, most horror movies don't have the budget of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
Even though Lord of the Rings was directed by a horror alumni.
I don't think.
Peter Jackson.
Yep. I don't think the Blog's going to be directed by Peter Jackson.
Probably not. Rob Zombie was attached to do it at one point. Probably would have been a giant breast implant.
God, I was going to say, I don't want to do that. The Blob's rolling down the street, and every time it rolls, there's freaking Bill Moseley coming out the side going, "Motherfucker, cunt suck."
Yep, there you go. That's Rob Zombie's The Blob right there. And of course his wife is in it. Sherry Moon's in it.
Go away.
He probably had the Blob talk and curse and stuff.
Might as well. He'll curse like a sailor too, of course.
The Blob
an animated mouth on it, like blobber mouth.
CG can benefit movies. George Miller used CGI to enhance real-life stunts in Mad Max Fury Road.
No, it's fine when they use it to remove wires and stuff. I just don't like when they rely on it too much, when they use it for every little thing. Like in House of Wax, when it showed the killer's face, it was CGI. Come on, use makeup on his face. Don't use CGI for a deformed face. That's stupid. It's lazy.
I'll second that. CGI should not be used on the features.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the person.
It's fine when they use it for something that they can't, do with practical effects, but they don't use it for everything.
Well, you look at it like on Halloween H2O, that looked like shit.
Yeah.
And then what they did with what they did in the Nightmare on Elm Street, that looked like shit.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that I've seen that's good with CGI on like person is Jason Momoa in Aquaman. Did you know that his hair was all CGI mostly?
Really?
Yeah, it's because they wanted to really give the impression that he was underwater.
Henry Cavill's upper lip was CG in Justice League.
Which
all they did was CGI off his beard, which I don't get.
Yeah.
Hellhound didn't use his CGI guy mustache.
I'm like,
I
really?
did
You
not
couldn't have had him
know
shave?
What's that?
I guess he was in another role. There was another movie he had to have a mustache in, so I don't know. I don't know about you, but it takes
me,
me
that's
like a week
how-
to grow a mustache. So maybe 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Tops.
Hey, Sean, I didn't hear what you said, buddy. Say it again.
Like a sore thumb. In the Justice League. I mean, didn't you guys notice that? The mustache?
Yeah, I didn't think that took away from the movie though, really. But you know, mm-hmm.
My problem with Justice League is actually now that Aquaman has come out, that it was more epic than the Justice League movie. So
yeah,
shouldn't the big movie be more epic than the singular movies?
well, they should have had them all be solo movies before they teamed up in an ensemble. But yeah, whatever. They're off to a rocky start. Now they're getting their shit together and they're doing really good.
They were trying to play catch up.
Yeah, they were, but now they're doing good. They finally caught up and they're getting better.
You want to go to the next topic?
Yes.
Yeah, so the next topic's going to be fun. It's going to be our top 5 rock guitarists of all time. Yes. Hellhound, take it away.
Let's see. Definitely Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath.
Are these in order, Hellhound?
Huh?
Are these in order?
Yeah, more or less. Alex Skolnick from Testament. Marty Friedman from Megadeth. Andy LaRocque, who's played for King Diamond and Death. And Randy Rhoads. But of course, I got to give honorable mentions to Dave Murray and Adrian Smith from Iron Maiden, and Glenn Tipton and Judas Priest from Glenn Tipton and KK Downing from Judas Priest. Oh my god! And Hank Sherman and Michael Denner from Merciful Fate. Those are my 3 favorite guitar trios.
Nice.
And of course, Kerry King, Jeff Hanneman. You know.
They're going all metal, huh? All metal.
You know it.
You do not disappoint. All right, might as well give you mine. So number 1 for me, Eddie Van Halen. Yes.
Good choice.
Number 2 is David Gilmour, Pink Floyd.
Very underrated. He's not overly flashy or show-offy, but he gets the job done. I love David Gilmour. Love me some Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I mean, his song me away, you know, like that journey.
Pink Floyd and the Moody Blues, I think, are 2 of the most underrated bands of all time.
Very hypnotizing.
Indeed.
And number 3 is definitely a very underrated guitarist, in my opinion, and that is Alex Lifeson from Rush.
He is underrated. He's always overshadowed by Neil Peart and Geddy Lee. He's just as good.
I know.
He's still
he's phenomenal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to hear a blazing, furious solo, listen to Free Will, and at the beginning, the breakdown there.
Yeah.
I mean, the middle of the song, when they all jam out. It's like furious. And number 4 for me is Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin.
Yep.
I mean, you can't deny how influential he is.
Oh, absolutely.
Extremely creative. And number 5 will be one of your picks, Hellhound, Randy Rhoads. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Amazing guitarist, definitely.
Indeed.
Awesome, bro.
That guy could just tear it up. And the thing is, he only did 2 albums with Ozzy. Look at the mark that he left.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in Quiet Riot, too.
That's true, yeah. That's where you guys start. All right, Bronco, you're next.
All right, I'm going to start with my number 5, which is not really my worst, but my number 5. And these, I don't think these are like, they're not necessarily all the greatest guitarists, but they're my favorites. But I think these guys are really damn good, all of them. But my number 5 is Slash, Guns N' Roses,
Good choice.
and Velvet
Nice.
Revolver. I love Slash. Slash was just, not only could he play that fucking guitar, man, but he did it with such style. Like, you know, I mean, how cool was he? I mean, the cigarette and the top hat and hair, and he was just like, I want to be that guy. You know?
It was just cool.
My number 4 is one I don't even know if you guys have ever heard of, but my number 4 is Dan Hawkins.
The Darkness.
Who's that?
Is he from the Darkness?
From the Darkness, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know who that is.
Oh.
My number 3 is Joe Perry from Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Good choice.
Nice.
My number 2 is Richie Sambora, which is probably, I can hear you guys making fun of me already.
Yeah. No, he's good.
Bon Jovi.
But I'll tell you this, if you're a guitar person, what is the one song they say just about every, I'm not sure, I'm not a guitar person, but they say the one song that every guitar person tries to learn is, oh fuck, no, I just forgot. No. I mean, that guitar on there is just fucking amazing. It's one of the best fucking things. I love it. You know, it's so awesome. And then my number 1 is Mick Mars.
Wow, Motley Crue, huh?
Yeah. And one thing, I love Mick Mars. I think he is so amazing. But then you also have to look at what he has to overcome. You know, with what he with the exactly. And that guy, he may not move, but his fingers fly, you know? I mean, that guy is just amazing. And then I have to mention some honorable mentions real quick. Randy Rhoads, of course. Tony Iommi, Eddie Van Halen. And another one, I'm not sure if you guys will know who it is or not. Hellhound, I'm not sure if you guys will know. Corey Smoot.
From
Guar?
Wait a minute, is that from
Corey Smoot
Guar?
was Flatus Maximus from Guar.
Yeah.
And people could say what they want about Guar musically, because a lot of people have talked shit about Guar musically over the years. But Corey Smoot was one hell of a guitarist,
he was
man.
very talented. I love that guitar solo he did in their cover of Schools Out.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Awesome video, too.
Yeah, it
I
sure
love
was.
those videos. They had like the best videos.
What's next?
All right.
Cadaver Club's in the chat.
What's up, Cadaver Club?
He's listing off his favorites.
Good one. Alex.
Also awesome, bro.
Jimmy Dimebag, of course.
Dimebag.
He would be my honorable mention, probably. And Tony Iommi.
Absolutely.
And Jason earlier mentioned Joe Satriani, which is another great one. Probably one of the greatest rock guitarists of all time, Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, can I embarrass myself just real quick? For somebody who grew up on hard rock and heavy metal like I did, can you believe that the first time I ever realized who Eric Clapton was when he did that song for Phenomenon?
Oh yeah.
That's the first time.
I knew that I had heard the band Cream. I heard all the, but I didn't realize it was the same guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I got.
Why would you make that?
Yeah, I was thinking, man, if I would have been born in the 70s, though, I'd probably been slapped for that, you know?
What up, Adam Paul Beaumont in the house?
What's going on, Adam?
What's going on, man?
McCobestone. I can never pronounce that. I think it's McCobestone. He had the jet earlier.
Yeah. Just gonna briefly say hi.
All right, next one's interesting discussion, I think. Underrated horror sequels. Who wants to take that one?
Where do we start?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a whole lot. Oh, man.
Hey, I got a shorter list. Let's go with overrated horror sequels. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Read between the lines.
From you.
Use your
Only
X-ray
got Rob
vision.
reviews in the house.
I actually couldn't see you, Pat,
What's
or
up,
Hellhound.
man?
I couldn't see you.
Huh?
I couldn't see you. I'm sorry. My camera, when you talk, it's supposed to switch to each person,
Yeah.
and it hasn't been. It's been getting stuck on either me or Sean. So I keep having to try and switch it so I didn't see what you were saying.
I don't think Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is overrated because everybody always shits on it. Everybody always hates it. So, I mean, everybody always bashes it. So, I mean, I couldn't see what's overrated. I hardly ever hear anything good about it.
I put it in underrated.
Yeah, I put it in underrated.
I think it's underrated.
Everybody craps on it all the time.
Yeah. Well, I thought so too until I came to YouTube and I realized everybody loves that fucking movie.
Really? Yeah, it's got like a cult following. It's got a cult following, but
same thing with Halloween 3.
It does.
Yeah.
But okay, but the topic is underrated sequels.
It took a different tone from the original. Yeah, but it's still good. It took a different tone from the original. Yeah, but it's still a really fun movie.
No, it's not.
Took a different tone.
No, it's not.
Brad doesn't think so.
Sorry, it's like the only. I have my issues with it. It's not like a great movie, but
it was just way too silly.
Yeah, it is, but I love horror comedies. So I'm a sucker for those. I like to have a good time when I watch a movie. You know.
So, but yes, I'm sorry. The topic is underrated sequels, not overrated.
I'd go with that one for that.
Right.
Too.
So what do you got? What do you start, Sean? Why don't you start us?
I'm gonna pick a couple. The Bride of Re.
What is it?
I always think that one's underrated. The Bride of Reanimator.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie. Great sequel.
You never hear people talk about that one.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
It had some great practical effects.
Mm-hmm.
I had another great performance from Jeffrey Combs and what's the other guy who plays Dan?
Bruce Abbott.
Bruce Abbott. Yeah. He was really good again. They were great.
David Gale is the villain.
Yeah, even he came back his head.
Yeah.
His head returned.
Yeah, you could say he gets his wings.
Yeah.
Of course, in the first movie, we actually see a head giving head.
And my next one would be Hellbound Hellraiser 2.
That gets a pretty fair amount of praise, I would say.
You think so?
I see a lot of people. Yeah, I see a lot of people.
I don't know.
A lot of people like it more than the original, which I think it's almost just as good. But
Sean, I'm sorry, I didn't hear which one you said.
Hellbound Hellraiser 2.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, actually, I think Hellhound's... Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of people talk really good about that one. I really like it, too. So, did you really just put all the Critters movies are underrated?
Yeah, I did.
Dude, go sit in the corner. Go sit in the corner.
3 and 4 suck, okay? Critters 3 and Critters 4 suck, but the first movie, Critters 1 is friggin' awesome. I don't care what anybody says.
I tried, dude. I bought the box set. I bought the box set and I was trying to watch it.
I'll give you Critters 1.
Fun. It's dark. It's got a lot of horror in it. There's a lot of blood. The bounty hunters are freaking badass. It's just underrated. The acting is good. The family feels like a real family. Billy Greenbush and D. Wallace Stone and Scott Grimes, Nadine Vanderbilt, they all feel like a real family. Billy Zane, everybody's good. Everybody's believable. Everybody just craps on it because it's low budget, but I freaking love it.
The biggest actor in that whole movie, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, Well, he was in Critters 3, but yeah.
Oh. But
Critters 3 sucks. Critters 4 is just depressing.
Critters, I tried. I bought the whole box set about a year or so ago. And I watched part 1, and you're right, part 1 is decent. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, I was just like, oh my God. I turned off 2 halfway through.
So you missed the part where the bounty hunter turns into a topless blonde centerfold?
Yeah, I think I missed that part.
That's pretty out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey,
like
Beth,
them.
how are you?
They're better than the Ghoulies movies, even though I love those too. I'm a sucker for bad movies, though. So,
I can only take so much, you know.
yeah, well, it depends. It depends.
I have my
Some of them are
limits
just
when
so
it
bad
comes
they're
to
bad.
bad movies. Yeah.
When I see like there's a certain amount of passion.
Well, just know it's ridiculous just when you see the name of the movie, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or whatever.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's almost like a parody of B movies, you know.
I love Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. That movie's
Yeah,
fun.
I do too. I have all 4 of them on DVD.
I don't have any of them, but Bill has the box set, and it's like this really cool looking big canister.
Awesome.
And it looks like the I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's supposed to be like the big canister, whatever they came out of.
Cool.
Yeah, and it looks really cool. He's also got all the Toxic Avenger ones, and that's pretty cool too.
I'm still waiting for Killer Tomatoes in Space to come out. Needs to happen.
Funny.
Yeah. Oh, Sean, can you think of any more underrated horror sequels?
Yes, I'll say one big one. Nightmare.
What is it?
Yep. Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
That was going to be one of mine. Yep. That's what I was going to say.
Which one?
Oh, wait.
I didn't hear you, brother. You're breaking up a little bit on my side.
Yeah, I always feel like that movie gets a lot of hate, unjustly.
It's not as bad as everybody says it is. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is actually the movie that made me want to contribute this topic. It was the movie I had in mind when I said, hey, we should do underrated horror sequels. That was literally the movie that I thought of.
Nightmare on Elm Street 2 isn't bad. It's just, well, I mean, it's not great, but it's not. They just did some really stupid stuff in it.
They did.
And of course, the big
There's
obvious
a lot of things
thing,
I don't like.
You know, the part where they just really push the gay angle like way too much. I mean, you know, even the main actor of the movie thought so, and he was gay.
Mark Patton.
You know,
Mark Patton. Yeah,
but
he had good lungs. He was a good screen
queen. Freddy goes.
It's pretty dark. I thought Freddy was really cool in that.
Freddy was still dark in that one. I really liked Freddy, but Robert Englund's good in all of them.
True.
I mean, I don't care what anybody can say, especially about Freddy's Dead, but Robert Englund is good, period.
Oh, yeah, he's fun to watch no matter what, regardless.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I agree, Bob's reviews. He said Pet Sematary 2. I think the movie's really underrated. It's really fun. It's stupid, but and it's got some dumb stuff in it. I think it's really fun. I love that movie. I don't care what anybody said. See you later, JM.
Hey, later, Jason. Much love, brother.
Psycho 2
I hope
gets a decent amount of praise.
I hope you feel better, dude.
Yeah, Clancy Brown he rocked that movie. He's always good. That's another actor who's just good in everything he's in. He can make anything good.
I've never seen Psycho 2, so I can't speak on it.
Really?
I've never seen any of the Psychos but the original. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta see part 2.
And I have the original, and it's not that I don't want to see them or anything. I just never got around to it. But I do kind of. I've always kind of felt like Psycho was a movie that shouldn't have gotten a sequel. Like, it's this iconic standalone film.
You know?
I probably would have thought the same thing about Halloween back in the day. If I would have been like, if I would have first saw Halloween when it came out, I probably would have thought the same thing about Halloween.
Right.
But I think the very first Halloween movie I ever saw was Halloween 2. So.
Oh, wow.
You know, I mean, you know, it's like you kind of, if you've already seen it, you can't really say that you don't like it.
True.
So.
What are some horror sequels you find underrated, Bronco?
Say that one more time.
What are some horror sequels you find underrated?
The first one that I want to mention is one that people just seem to shit on, but I love. And I've noticed since I've been on YouTube, it's gotten a little bit more love, but for the most part, people crap on it, and that's Child's Play 3.
I like Child's Play 3.
I love Child's Play 3, man. That movie is so much fun, and I love the setting of the military academy.
Yeah. I hear you.
another one that I absolutely love that people shit on completely is Halloween 5.
I figured that's what you were gonna say.
Yes.
I love Halloween 5. I do. And Sean, you and I were talking about this on Messenger the other day, I think, or it was on one of your videos. I can't remember, but we were talking about how people make fun of the cops, right? Well, goofy cops are kind of a staple in horror movies that people haven't noticed.
Yeah, like the Friday the 13th movies.
Friday the 13th, Black Christmas, all the way back to Black Christmas.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're a staple. And so what? It's got goofy cops in it that have sound effects. So what? For me, it took the tension out of the movie for a second, and then when the tension comes back, it's that much better.
I like the ending scene where he's stalking her in the.
On that too much, you know.
I like when he's stalking her in the laundry chute at the end. I thought that was a really creepy, suspenseful scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that movie has one of the best third acts in the entire franchise. Starting with the car chase, starting with where he's trying to run her down in the car. And I think I talked about this in my review. A lot of people don't know it, but I think I talked about this he's a stunt driver, and he actually was driving the car, and they really were running right in front of it. And they thought that he was going to hit them like multiple times. They were legitimately scared, you know? I mean, I think it's a good movie. And I also think that Tina gets a really bad rap.
She's pretty annoying, though.
I didn't mind her.
I mean, I'll say she did have personality, though, you know.
Yeah.
She's that one friend that we all have, you know, that's like that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I didn't mind her. It was real. I didn't mind that. And I also find it funny that her character was based off suggestions from Deborah Hill.
Oh, really?
Which everybody worships Deborah Hill on Halloween, but yet,
I believe
and also she's the one that picked the Michael Myers for that movie. And people also give her, or nobody knows that she picked it because everybody gives that Myers crap. And I think he did a good job.
Me too.
The laundry chute scene, he really was stabbing a knife through that. They had things marked where she would be safe or whatever, but on one of them, he stabbed through it and it cut her in the leg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Another really big underrated horror sequel for me. I'm sorry, Sean, say it again.
I think that was pretty good Michael, too.
Yeah, I think Don Shanks was a very good Michael. Yeah, so what? So they made him cry. That wasn't his fault. You know? It wasn't even his fault that he didn't look like what was it, Tony Moran from part 1 when he took the mask off?
Yeah.
That's not his fault either. Yeah. That's not on him. That's on the people that made the movie.
I'd probably cry too if I was in that movie, you know?
Right.
But
Rab's reviews brings up a really good one, Return of the Living Dead 3.
I've never seen part 3. I haven't seen past part 2.
It's good. It doesn't feel like a Return of the Living Dead movie, but it's a good movie on its own. It doesn't feel like a proper Return of the Living Dead sequel, but it is good. I do like it.
Yeah.
It has a good story. I just don't feel like it's really a proper follow-up, but it is good.
And this one isn't Say again, Sean?
I was going to say that's probably because a lot of the focus is on that girl and guy.
Mindy Clark.
Yeah.
Right.
The another one that I want to mention that crap, I just lost my train.
I can't hear you. We're losing you.
I stopped because I just forgot what I was going to say.
Oh.
And we started talking again and I forgot what it was. Or what movie? Oh, it's not a sequel. It's a prequel. But I think that the 2017 Leatherface is very underrated.
I liked it too. I don't see what's so bad about it.
Yeah, I thought it was an awesome movie, and I liked that whodunit aspect.
Well, Leatherface being a normal, good-looking guy who talks and is pretty normal was a little bit of a stretch, but I went with it.
Well, see,
I feel like it's kind of an alternate. It's kind
I
of like
thought that it
what
was going to
if
be the other guy the whole
scenario.
time.
Well,
I
that's
thought
what
it was going to be the
that's
other
what you're
guy.
supposed to think. That's what you're supposed to think. I knew right away that it was him because I remember reading that Sam Strike was playing Leatherface, and I knew that he was Jackson. So I was like, he's going to turn
And
out to
see,
be
I didn't pay attention to any of that. Even when I bought the Blu-ray off of eBay, on the side of the Blu-ray, I didn't even look at that. I didn't look at anything. I just popped the Blu-ray in and went into it completely blind. And I loved it. I thought it was great. That's one of my favorites in that franchise.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. I kind of liked how the main villains weren't all part of that family. There was other mental patients who were there a lot. Like they were very prevalent. Yeah. It wasn't just all the Sawyer family. I thought that was kind of interesting. Right. I like seeing Drayton and the Hitchhiker again. Finally, you get to see them again in a movie, even though they're barely in it.
Right.
And
I also think that Nightmare on Elm Street 5 is incredibly underrated. And I think 4 is incredibly overrated. Isn't that funny?
I feel you up. I don't like 5 at all. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
I think it has like the best imagery in the film.
Well, yeah, it has a very.
And except for the fact that Go ahead, Hellhound. Say again.
I was just gonna say it has a very gothic atmosphere that I really like. But then whenever Freddy shows up, it's just like, oh, okay, like it's getting scary, and then Freddy comes in, it's like, oh, thank goodness Freddy's here. Whew, I was getting scared.
Well, see, I love the inclusion of more of his backstory.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the kills in the movie, except for the fact that the MPA butchered them.
Yeah.
But they were still very inventive. Like with Dan, that was just so cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Lisa
Wilcox is always great.
I just love it.
She's my second favorite protagonist next to Nancy, probably.
Yeah, I did like her in the movie, and I did like the beginning too, like what
interesting concept
they got into, what happened to the mother at the beginning.
Yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And I don't know if it
looked really dark,
accurate or not, the baby's dream like that and stuff, but that was kind of cool that they did it a little different.
I agree, it is better than the remake.
No, definitely. The micro nap thing, that was some. You can't get into REM sleep in a micro nap.
Yeah.
I will say one part I really like. I'll say one part I really like when he gets reborn. He's like, "It's a boy."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
Cool.
That is great.
Hey, Beth, are you still in the chat?
Wow.
She talked just a little bit ago when we were talking about Halloween, but I was just wondering if she's still there. I wanted to ask her a question. But yeah, I mean, I could probably go on with a bunch more. Does anybody besides me feel that the collection is underrated? I think I think it's just because the collector is so good. People don't talk about the collection enough.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I like that movie. I think especially that first part where I don't want to give it totally away, but when I do my collector and collection reviews, I have an idea and it involves a box. Let's hope it works.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
I can't imagine. I think that's a solid sequel.
Well, I noticed that my two brothers here haven't even watched my two latest videos.
Sorry, I'm really behind on YouTube.
I'm just teasing you.
I've been really I haven't messed around with YouTube or Facebook or Twitter. or Instagram. I haven't even been on online internet forums much lately. I've just been kind of away from the internet.
Right. Dave, which one are you talking about? Overrated by us, but underrated by the mainstream. Which one were you talking about?
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah. Those were cool.
Definitely.
What movies?
I'm not sure. That's why I asked. Hey, Rob, I wanted
I
to
don't
ask
know,
you
but
too.
we are cool.
I wanted to ask Rob too. What's up with the? Did you have another issue with your channel?
Changed the whole thing like 3 times.
Well, I was just curious because, I just noticed that.
He went from movie.
I had to
review
resubscribe
time,
again.
and then he was Wenny Pies.
Oh, really? Copyright? That sucks, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just curious because I noticed that you subscribed to me again. And I was like, wait, I'm already subscribed to him. So,
Any other underrated sequels?
I don't know if I would call the first one overrated, Dave. I love the first one. I love this. I love both of those movies. I thought they were some of the best freaking movies. Dude, that really sucks, Rob. I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
That does suck.
Yeah.
Hi, babe. My wife's in the chat.
I've really been into action movie collections and the countdowns of like the top 10 Kurt Russell movies and the top 10 Stallone. It's good stuff.
I want to check that. I definitely want to check that Stallone one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked your Stallone one. I know I'd probably get slapped by you guys for this, but Demolition Man would probably be like my number 3 pick.
That's another underrated movie. I think it's
I love that movie, man. I love that movie.
Underrated.
You know.
And that was Sandra. Wasn't that Sandra Bullock's first movie or one of the first?
I don't know if it was her first, but she's good in it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, some of my most underrated horror sequels would be Friday the 13th Part 5, Friday the 13th Part 8, Fright Night Part 2.
Wait, Part 8?
Friday the 13th Part 8, yeah.
Oh, Friday the 13th.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
I'm sorry. I was still thinking about Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Well, yeah, technically that would have been Freddy versus Jason, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, that really isn't underrated.
Yeah, Fright Night Part 2. Day of the Dead, I think, doesn't get the. I mean, it's pretty well regarded, but it's not seen as being as good as Dawn of the Dead or Night of the Living Dead. But I think it's just about as good. I think it had better looking zombies than both those movies.
Honestly, bro, I watched the original Day of the Dead just the other day.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I can kind of agree with that. I haven't watched it in years, but compared to like Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, I can kind of agree with that. It's a bit of a slow film.
Yeah.
But
it's not as good as those two, but it's not as good as Night or Dawn, but I still think it's really good. And I think it has the best looking zombies and the best gore out of the trilogy.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Let's see.
I really like the characters too. I like the characters.
Yeah.
And Bob, how awesome is he? That's a classic character.
Yeah, he's great.
Dude, that's one of my favorite scenes in horror history when he does that salute at the end.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes.
Hey, real quick, guys in the chat, can you guys see me and Hellhound anymore? Because all I'm getting is Sean, and so is my wife.
I don't know why. I keep clicking on him.
I'm looking at it right now. I see
all of you guys.
How long has it been that way?
I don't know. My wife just came in. She's like, I can't see you.
I can hear you guys, but I don't see you guys.
Bummer.
That's okay. We're the voices in Sean's head.
Yeah, exactly. Which one of us is the angel on his left shoulder? Which one of us is the devil on his right shoulder?
I'm the evil one. Do it, Sean. Do it.
Yeah,
Put the gun to your head. Do it.
I think we're both the evil one.
Yeah. at Jay and Silent Bob. We got 2 devils and 1 angel that ain't here.
Exactly.
Because we bitch slapped his ass and sent him packing. I watched that the other night.
Love it.
What's that from?
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah. We bitch slapped him.
Oh yeah, Child's Play 3.
There you go. There's some underrated horror movies.
Child's Play 3.
Underrated horror movie, man.
I don't think it's
which one?
Child's Play 3. I think it's one of the weaker entries in the series, but it's not like terrible.
I love that movie, man. I really do. Maybe it's because it's the first Child's Play I ever saw. I think.
Yeah.
I think it might be. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's. I think it's Brad Dourif at his best in the series.
Yeah. So Dave Magnet says he's never seen me in this live stream so far. So I guess I'm like their Lorenzo music of the Blood Spattered Trio.
Yeah. Stop fiddling with things, Sean, and put us on.
I've been clicking on you guys the whole time, and I see you the whole time. Like right now.
Okay, Dave says he can see me now.
Like I have Hellhound on right now on my screen, but I don't see him on YouTube. I don't know why.
I don't know. Dave said he can see me now. Oh, okay. Yep, I'm back on.
I
so.
see you.
No
I see
hounds
you.
allowed.
Pat, say something.
Bronco stealing the spotlight.
Man, if you leave that camera on me too long, you know it's going to break. Well, I wanted to ask Beth this, just kind of off topic, but I wanted to ask her this because she's really into this stuff and it's kind of the main point of her channel. But what would you guys think if I did a vinyl collection video where I only show but I'm only going to show my underground rap vinyl?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess
because I got like a bunch of ICP vinyl, a Twisted, all kinds of stuff like that.
Nice.
But the reason I'm only going to do that is because I can't find my other vinyl. It's out in a box in the garage somewhere.
I'd be down with that.
I've got a bunch of vinyl, but it's all in the garage.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next topic because I haven't eaten dinner yet, and I'm getting really hungry.
You haven't?
Okay.
Nope.
So the next topic is something that Bronco came up, and that was the Netflix and other streaming services, as opposed to like the physical, the DVDs and Blu-rays and
VHS tapes and Betamax and Laserdisc.
Right, VHS tape.
CED video disc, reel to reel.
Laserdisc.
Yeah. Betamax. I always prefer physical media. I always prefer physical format. Something I can physically hold in my hand and look at, I always prefer. I do think that streaming is very convenient, and I'm glad for it. I don't know if we still have video stores, but I'm glad that since we don't have video stores, streaming and downloading, I'm glad that is a thing. I'm glad for it, but at the same time, I will always prefer something physical. But yeah, that's just the way I'm just old-fashioned that way. But I definitely think I definitely see how streaming and stuff is way more convenient, and I'm happy that it exists. Though I'd rather be able to just collect things and actually own something physical. So that's my take on that.
Well, I mean, we're all collectors, so we like having that physical package.
Yeah, exactly. Just having something, just having a file on my computer isn't the same as having like something on my shelf that I can pull out and look at.
And also, too, a lot of times the quality isn't the same. I mean,
I agree.
I'm glad I have Netflix. I love Netflix. I watch it all the time. And sometimes I've noticed that I do this, is sometimes I'll see something on Netflix that I want to watch, and I'll be too lazy to go pull the video off the shelf and watch it.
Yeah, I do that too.
But I'm glad we have it because we have more formats, and places like Netflix are doing their own stuff now.
Yeah, true.
But I don't want that to stop the physical copies. And the reason I wanted to bring this subject up was, okay, one of my favorite Netflix horror movies is a movie called Hush on Netflix. I love that movie. But it's never gotten.
I don't think that was made on Netflix.
I think it was made on Netflix. It's a Netflix original.
Oh.
But it never got a physical DVD release, like ever.
What?
And I'm hoping that it will.
It
Hush.
never did.
Oh yeah.
And also the new Leprechaun movie. I'm really hoping that gets a physical release.
Yeah, I want that on DVD. I want to own that. I want to put that with the others.
Exactly. I want a Blu-ray of that.
I bought Origins, Leprechaun Origins, just so I could get Leprechaun Returns when it came out, so I could have the whole collection and not have one missing. I got it for dirt cheap. I wasn't going to pay a whole lot for it, but I bought Origins.
Yeah, Origins is. I still regret buying Origins.
Yeah, me too. Leprechaun 4,
I bought
by the way, I think
yeah.
it's another. I think Leprechaun 4 is another underrated horror sequel I forgot to mention because
that's a fun movie. I think it's
so
fun.
bad. It's so ridiculous. They're all bad. It's like, and like, oh, that's where the series.
I think it's fun as hell.
They're all bad. They're all fun though. I think that movie's really fun.
I think it's
Logan
funny as hell.
Howlett's in the chat says he's watched Alien Resurrection for 373 consecutive days.
Wow. That's quite a feat.
Now that's commitment.
Yeah.
That's dedication, all right.
I don't know if
I like that
myself.
movie, but I couldn't watch it 373 days.
Yeah. I don't think I could even watch one of my favorite movies that many times.
Yep.
Yeah. I couldn't even watch Halloween that much.
Okay. I was watching Big Lebowski the other night or last night. Why does everybody love that movie so much?
Oh my god, I think the same way.
It's just like anarchy the whole time. Like you can't even understand the characters when they're talking to each other. They're not even talking to each other. They're all in their own worlds.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? And it's funny because I love all the actors in that movie.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot better. Honestly, I don't really get the appeal either. It's been a while since
everybody talks like it's such a great film, and I wanted to watch it because I was watching the Golden Globes the other night, and they gave him a Lifetime Achievement Award. You know.
Yeah.
And that's really awesome,
Yeah.
and he deserves it. He's a great actor, and I was like, man, why do so many people love this movie so much? It's not that great.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it could have been better. Yeah.
Say some of my thoughts on that issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree a lot about like what Hellhound said. I like Netflix and the stream and stuff, mainly for like TV shows. As far as their selection of movies, I don't really care that much. But now and then you find a good one. But 90% of them are garbage. And another thing is when it comes to physical media and DVDs and Blu-rays, you can find anything, but you're not gonna find your favorite old school slashers on Netflix or Hulu or things like that. Some stuff you just have to get a Blu-ray or DVD. You're not gonna find them anywhere else, you know.
I agree.
Right. Honestly, Logan, I don't know if I would want to see that. I love Halloween 6 so much that I don't know if I would want it replaced by something else.
I think it'd be cool to see Daniel.
Yeah. Logan mentioned that before.
I just want to see Daniel Harris play Jamie Lloyd again. But
Me too.
It would be, I don't know, it wouldn't make much sense. I don't think they should actually do that. But I'm just saying I would watch it.
I wanted her to be in the new one.
Yeah. I guess it's a bit too confusing, though, because, you know, I mean, we would have known, but...
I mean, why do you have to explain everything? If she's in it, she's a daughter, that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Aww.
All right, so the last topic we had, I think, was, some other Netflix shows you might like Brad mentioned, The Haunting of Hill House.
I loved it.
I actually,
I really liked it a lot. I thought everybody did it great. Everybody had a great performance. Carla Gugino and all of them, they were all good in it. Great actors, great storyline, very creepy. I like how the haunting itself, like it differed a lot from the Shirley Jackson novel. Pretty much the title and the names are the only things that were the same. Like they're all siblings now instead of strangers who didn't know each other. And Hugh Crane is their father, and that's very different. I don't even know why they cut the same name, but I think it was an interesting take. And I liked how the haunting and the ghosts themselves weren't like necessarily a huge part of the storyline. I watched it for the horror, but I stayed for like the family, like the drama and everything. Like I got into it because of the ghosts and because of all the horror stuff. But what kept me watching was actually pretty much anything but. And the ghosts they didn't really play a big, huge part of it. I still don't know how I feel about the ending. Most people hated it. The ending was very polarizing. It was very divisive. Most people hated it. I still don't know how I feel about it. I think it was not a bad twist. I think it was kind of an interesting way to go. Maybe I'm not going to spoil it. It may have been a little too upbeat, but I dug it. I didn't think it was that bad. But the show as a whole, I thought was very, very good. I'm really glad I watched it. I definitely recommend it. One of the best, better horror shows of recent years that I've seen.
I haven't watched it yet, but I definitely want to.
Oh, see, you haven't seen that one yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to start it yet. My wife started that new Sabrina show, and that's not like what I thought it was going to be. That's pretty fucking dark and shit, I mean, it's all about Satanism and satanic rituals and all kinds.
Yeah, it's pretty out there.
Yeah,
Miranda, shut the dryer, baby.
They're taking all these.
You remember when they did that Archie horror show, the Archie Mysteries or whatever, like a cartoon show?
Riverdale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, Riverdale.
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. My wife watched it. I didn't think it looked good, but that's just me.
But yeah, the new is a far cry from the 90s version. It's a lot darker. They had the Satanic Church about them using the Baphomet statue. Did you hear about that?
Say that again, Sean. I didn't hear you.
Oh, there was a thing about the Sabrina show where the Satanic Church was trying to sue them because they they used the Baphomet, that statue.
The Baphomet or whatever? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I thought that was dumb. I was like, are you kidding? You're actually getting some publicity. What's your problem?
Yeah, I know, right?
You'd think it would be the Christians throwing a fit, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's
not like they created that image or something.
I keep losing my connection.
I can hear you now.
Good.
I can hear someone has their phone on.
Yeah, I just turned it down. It's because I lost my connection. I couldn't see anything. So
Logan Howlett says, just got done watching Mandy. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either. Is Nicolas Cage in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I hear it's awesome.
In my group that I go to, Psycho Cinema, at the movie theater, they all went and they had a group showing of that, and they all liked it. I didn't go to that particular meeting.
Give me just a minute, guys. I'll be right back.
I heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
I'm here again.
Welcome to the show. Sit back, because you're too close. Too close to the screen.
What? What? I'm just giving his finger.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap this up as soon as I can go eat dinner.
Logan says it's suck monkey balls. He was not a fan of Mandy.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. Careful.
Neither did Rob. You didn't care for it either.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look.
I heard.
Logan says "Don't kill it" is better.
Hey.
Don't kill it. Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
I heard
something with Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren.
Oh wow.
It's on Netflix.
It's got to be good then.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Nicolas Cage.
Me either. I kind of like watching him, but I don't know. Yeah, he's. I don't know.
Who, me?
It's like,
He plays the same character every time.
I know.
What are we talking about?
He keeps making these bombs.
talking about
You know?
characters.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Talking about characters.
It's like
Talking about.
It's like Hollywood finally caught on to him, and every movie he
Oh,
makes
yeah.
now goes direct to video.
Pretty much.
Like for a while, they were coming out in the theaters every time, and it'd be like a bomb.
Yeah.
Then we're
every
talking about
movie he made.
characters, okay? We're talking about characters. Here's Batman.
What characters?
These characters. Okay.
Oh,
Talking about my action.
Batman.
Hmm.
All right, that's probably my cue to go ahead and wrap up.
I didn't eat dinner yet either.
You haven't?
No.
Oh boy, I guess we're in
Oh,
trouble.
okay, yeah, we definitely got to go then. Yeah, if she hasn't eaten, then it's definitely time to go.
Yeah. Bye.
Oh,
Good
she won't
chat,
starve.
Wait a minute.
All right, guys. Well, we did make it through all the topics.
Yeah.
So,
Good chat. Look forward to the next one.
Before Hellhound goes away and we all go away.
Can I be in your video chat? Can
You already
I?
are.
Can I be in the other video?
Hi,
You
guys.
are
It's good
right
talking
now.
to you.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, guys.
I'm gonna say bye to
Bye.
Because he really
Live long and prosper. And force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, here we go.
Bye, Bat.
cool.
All right. See you guys later.
See you guys later.
Good show.
Bye bye.
All right, bro. Have a good one.
See you,
You too, buddy.
Bronco.
Bye bye.
Peace.
Peace
All right,
out,
guys. Well,
have a good night. Thanks everybody for joining us in the Blood Spattered Trio live stream.
thank you guys, everybody in the chat. Thanks for everybody for watching. Really appreciate all you guys.
Thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks everybody. Good night.